Didn't they record? Hi guys! Oh my gosh, this is so exciting! Hi guys, welcome
I
to
have the floor too.
Excuse me,
Sorry.
only for a minute. Emate, I'm the one. Emini Adeyele. I'm just joking. Anyway, hi guys, welcome to another episode of I Have the Floor. And today is a very special day because this is my first collab with a very special guest. She's also a fellow podcaster. Are you getting me? See, I told you we're in an elite group of people. That is it. She just tipped her hat just now, and she is from Pull Up Your Chair. Actually, she's the only one here. You know, she has a co-host as well. Shout out to you, Chimi. Don't worry, very soon I'll invite you to come and join us as well. And today we're going to be talking about the secrecy of pregnancy, but fast. And the reason why we're talking about this actually is because she posted something on her story one day, and because I'm an amiable,
Oh my god!
I was like, when she was just complaining, she said, why is it that people keep pregnancy a secret? I said, one day let's discuss this. So when I now launched the podcast, and I said, remember that time that you said, let's discuss this? I decided that I will now bring her here and we will now discuss this particular topic.
She was like, pull up.
Exactly, pull up. Literally, pull up your chair. So yeah, I just told her, yeah, come here, let's discuss this. So she's here and I'm so thankful. Guys, she has a baby as well that is at home. We're just discussing. That's why she's 30 minutes late. So.
Calling me out?
You know, babe, are you okay? Is your milk fine? Is the temperature okay? Is your leg fine?
It's real.
Believe you me, I did it. I was just telling her about how I dropped my child at a nursery in what do you call it, church, Sunday school, or in the house of God, and I was crying. But one day we'll discuss that one. Don't worry about that. So I understand. I'm with you. With you. You even try 30 minutes. If it's me, I'm at the 1 hour. So you tried. But before I didn't tell you this in advance. We're going to play a very short game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a very, very short game. And I'm going to time you manually.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to time you. So what we're going to do is we are going to name 5 items related to something in 5 seconds.
Okay.
Yes? Do you understand?
I'm sweating.
Stop sweating. You are even wearing the right gear. Don't worry. You have your cap. You are ready. Okay. 1, 2, go. Name 5. Name 5 brands of formula. Go.
Oh, Aptamil. Aptamil Plus. I don't even know, Aptamil, SMA.
Yeah, we should know. I'm even giving you time. Time has passed.
I don't know. I only know the one I feed my child. But I know Aptamil has like 5 different lactose-free Aptamil, Kendamil,
What's in the Kendamil?
goat's milk, Kinikon. All the ones I normally see on Instagram ads.
I don't have a clue. I only know Aptamil
Literally.
and SME.
Yeah.
I don't know any other one.
I know Kendamil because my
didn't
neighbor
know
used to use Kendamil. I don't know any other one.
I don't know any other one. No. Even me, when I said I'm going to ask somebody this question, maybe I can
Maybe
learn
you-
something.
I
I don't have a clue.
I have no idea. Yeah, I know. I know the ones I know.
That means, quote unquote, she lost because she's not named 5. Sorry. She lost. Don't worry.
Just bring me on your
Next time.
podcast to lose. I don't like this.
Don't worry, you're a winner. You are sitting in the
Amen,
winning seat.
amen,
You are the
amen.
first.
The first.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to discuss the secrecy of pregnancy. And the reason why is because we are both from Nigeria. In fact, we are both Yoruba girls. Yeah. So the first thing I believe a mother does when they hear, want me to know you by, don't tell anybody. Am I of anybody? For me, that's the first thing that I always hear. Okay, don't tell anybody. What am I of? Don't tell your friends. Don't do this. Don't do that. And for me, I feel like I understand why they do that. Now I'm going to talk let me start not from a spiritual context, because I feel like when people don't want to express or tell you that they're pregnant, it's probably because they just don't want to. There's that. I also feel like maybe they've gone through something in the past, which I found with some of my friends, and they're like, you know what, let this one just stay before I can now present good news. So I feel like there's that as well. And there are just some people that are like, you know what, it's really not your business. I don't need to tell you. If you see me outside and my stomach is protruding, then you can make an assumption, or you can just be like, maybe she's bloated.
Had a little bit of spaghetti, you know?
Exactly, or amala, anyone you like. So from your perspective, you were saying that the reason that when you were pregnant, you didn't really have access to information, if I can remember correctly, or you were like, this is my first time, nobody else in my door, my sister is not married, she's not pregnant. Like for me, I discussed in my last episode my sister Bible, so I had a point of reference to be like, okay, what's the first thing I do when I'm pregnant? Oh, do your vitamins, do this, go to the hospital. But for you, it's like everybody is keeping secrets. So who am I going, apart from my mom, obviously my mother-in-law, of course, but I mean, I was saying they're different. You just want somebody that is
and
on
they forget.
They forget.
They've completely forgotten what happened. It's been years, like decades even. So they don't remember. Like, it's only when you come to them with like, oh, this is happening, they're like, okay, so this is what you do. Like, it's not at the forefront of their mind. Whereas if my friend or someone I know gets pregnant now, at every step I'm like, okay, this is how my own went. This is what happened to me. And it's fresh in my mind, even though almost a year on, I've almost forgotten some things, so I have to like remember. I won't lie, I think it's by design, because oftentimes I'm like, my pregnancy was smooth, and my husband is like, pardon?
Excuse me?
Are you forgetting?
Boy, but you are married to somebody else.
Okay, it's true, because I had also, like, it wasn't terrible, but I definitely had things, like I was in braces for weeks, you know, I had carpal tunnel. I couldn't like do stuff with my hands because my hand, like, I couldn't. So when I say it was
guys, by
so,
the way, it's not strange.
I had no idea. Like when my hands started paining, I was like, Akilele, now what's happening?
What's going on with my
what's
body?
What's going on? And you know what? When I told my colleagues I was pregnant, I waited till the required time. I think you're required to tell them 15 weeks or something till you're due or something like that. So I think you are about 5 months when you're required by law.
Obviously, so that you
to
can
tell
prepare
them.
And all
exactly.
of that. Yes.
So I waited till the time because I was like, I was trying to like make moves at work. I was trying to do stuff. So I was like, I don't want them to now start discounting me early. So I waited till the time. And I remember when I told
That's
them.
another thing. Sorry,
girl,
let me know.
When I told them, they were like, oh, you know, cool. So I started like talking to people about it. And also we're working from home. So people couldn't see me. They didn't even know I was pregnant. And I told one of my colleagues, and the conversation always started when, like, maybe I put my hands up and they see my baby, like, are you okay?
Are you okay? What's
you break your hand? I was like, oh no, I'm pregnant. It's carpal tunnel. And one of my colleagues was like, my wife had that. I remember. In fact, 2 of my colleagues said their wives had that. And another one that was the one that now warned me that it may not go away. Because I was like, I can't wait to have this baby and this, carpal tunnel to go. He was like, let me just set your expectations, because my wife had it and she had to have surgery after. No. So I was like, okay, then I now set my expectations. Like, okay, when I have this baby, it's going to be a while. It took nearly 5 months for it to go away. I was in a brace on one hand at least, up until I had my baby in June, up until like December. And I had actually gone to the hospital to say, okay, give me this, whatever I need.
What can I do?
Steroid injection, whatever. Like, I'm tired. The doctor was like, okay, just give it 1 more month. Because the steroids impacts your breast milk. I was just saying,
that's true. But at this point,
it's gone. Yeah. So and literally, true to his words, after a month, I was like,
okay, I'm feeling back.
I'm feeling better. And after 6 weeks, it was completely gone. I couldn't feel anything anymore. But imagine like not being able to use your hands to the full extent and carrying a baby
all the time. You have to breastfeed.
So it just makes it worse. So So for me, that was my point of reference. Because I fully understand that pregnancy is. My mom said it's between you and God.
Straight up.
While I understand that, and I'm like, you know what? It's very true. But I think also and obviously it depends on the individual, because I think there's very much merit in keeping it to yourself until you are ready. Absolutely. You yourself are ready. Don't let anybody pressure you into telling anybody before you're ready. I remember I set up a picture thing because I was very documenting everything.
I was a documenter. Yeah.
Everything. My first kick. So I put some people on the group on iMessage, on Apple sharing, whatever.
That's a nice.
My mom was like, "Who are these people?" Who is this one? I don't know this one. I was like, and she's like, please. my to fair what?
And is that this is her first grandchild?
What
up?
she
You
said,
have missed it.
you cannot be sharing these things with people. I'm like, see, these are, and there were like maybe 8 people on this thing.
So even,
my husband, my sister, like, people that
inner
I
caucus. Yes.
exactly consider my inner caucus. I say, see, if these people want to finish me, I'm finished.
That is it,
Because they are the ones that know me and I believe are for me.
Absolutely.
So if these people want to finish me,
this is it.
It's over. Like, they will actually get me. Mama gets me. Tomafe gets me. So there's no need to even, and I didn't, post anything on Instagram until I had my baby. And I remember when I posted my baby's picture, people were like, you were pregnant?
If you don't more like it,
I was like,
and
and I think the thing is, I posted my baby's picture first.
Yeah.
And everyone was like,
from where?
What happened? And I was like, that's how because for me, I was like, okay, telling the story backwards. People were not like, you didn't even tell me you were pregnant. I'm like, my guy, from where to where? Like.
But okay, can I ask a question? Those people that you didn't tell, have they had kids before? Were some of them? Okay. Now I feel, you see, and I think that's why I give them a bit of grace. Because and honestly, it's one of those things in life, they'll say, oh, don't worry, when you wear those shoes, you will know. When I was pregnant, honestly, I'm normally a person, I'm free, I'm open, anyhow I see they go, but for some reason, once I just knew that, there's something growing inside of me, and like you said, your mom is 100%, 1000% right. It's between you and God.
Yeah.
And it is a thin line people don't want to hear, between life and death.
Literally. For you and for the baby.
Bam.
Yeah.
So believe you me, it is not something, I'm now veering into the spirit, God, into that side of things. It's not everybody that needs to know. Yeah. And I keep using this analogy. I tell people, my dear, tell me, if your husband is about to sign 20 million pound contract, is this something that you go and put it outside? Okay? Hey, something is that. Will you do that?
No.
And this is just money.
Yeah.
I know money is important.
Yeah.
But this is a child. So that is the viewpoint I go. If it's something as, let me not say simple, but money, $20 million contracts, will you put it outside? You won't.
In fact, you even tell it, even
your mother,
you'll be like, do they need to know really?
You will wait until that thing is signed.
Start looking for you.
All those signed, sealed, delivered, everything that you check the account like 3 weeks before you make sure, okay, can it is settled. Then maybe you now decide to even tell your mother.
Yeah.
That statement that says, oh, your village people are doing you, is not because people are just playing around. It's a real thing, as far as I'm concerned, right? So it's not something that you just open up like that. Pregnancy generally will announce itself whether you want it to or not, because obviously your stomach is going to increase after some time. But for me personally, my own perspective is that if you want to share. But bear in mind, me as a person that is extremely spiritual, thank God, I just know that there are just certain things that are so vulnerable. Even the littlest things, you just keep it to yourself. If you see me at Tesco, Yele, how far? I have some friends that live close by. Yele, use another one, second one. Benio, I will never ever denounce. I say no, I'm not, because that is me using my own tongue to mess myself up. But I will say yes, I'm pregnant. Yele, you didn't. Sorry, now Shemope. I didn't really. I'm not really telling anybody. I'm just kind of keeping it to myself. But if that person has any wisdom and you've dropped that thing in their ear to say, I'm not really telling anybody, you would hope that they will also honor that same thing that I have said. So for me, when I saw your post, I was like, why do people keep it a secret? From a spiritual standpoint, I understand why.
Yeah.
I understand why. But then I was not thinking to myself, I guess there's also an abundance of information out there if you need a guy, but there's something about having
personal. Yes.
There's still something about it.
And that was my thing, right? Because for me, I feel like it's up to individuals.
Yes.
But I just feel like I hope there isn't someone, especially around not just pregnancy, but all the things that are happening around miscarriage, pregnancy loss, stillbirth, all these things. I feel like there's so many people going through so many things, and it's hard. Like, Yele, being pregnant is hard enough as it is.
Wow.
But imagine, like, loss. Like, I feel like that is also another aspect that, and my thing is, I just hope that there aren't people going through loss that feel like they can't talk about it. Because yes, some people may not want to talk about it.
Yes.
But also, I feel like, for me, I would like, God forbid I ever experience
God forbid, I beg.
but I would like to know that I can talk to someone about it. And
Absolutely.
it's not a taboo subject that's like, oh, don't tell anybody.
I think
that
things
kind
are
of thing.
changing.
I agree with you. I hope so, because I feel like
I believe it.
a lot of people also feel like they're like, it only happens to them, like they're alone, because there's only so, like, honestly, you won't know that there's so much information out there until you search,
until you're
and
looking
you
for that
don't
particular
know
thing. Yes.
what you don't know. So only when you're going through it will you now be like, what is this? Or when you come from the doctor and they tell you XYZ and you go and search it, you now see the information explode up, and you're like, I would never have even known to search this.
No, you're
but
right.
then I
You're
feel
right.
like if you even have in the back of your mind that I know that this person spoke about this thing that time, and that person, you can now be like, sis, please, what was even that thing you said? Do you get? So that's for me where it comes from, of that. If everything is so secret, so closed off, you won't know who is going through the same thing as you, but isn't, able to share. And I'm not saying that, for me, when I say share, I don't mean social media. Because for me, social media is yes. When after 3 months, that's when you share on social media. Like, for me, social media is neither here nor there. I'm when I say like share, I don't mean on social media. Because for me, social media is when you're ready, whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
But for me, it's amongst your friends, amongst your community.
Yes.
I feel like, does it have to be such a secret? Because so many people are going through so many things. And my own thing is, I just hope there's no one going through things that they could have shared.
Yes.
And they could have like leaned on someone else to
Yes.
say, oh, I had a miscarriage too. I was talking to one of my friends, and we haven't connected in ages, and she has 2 kids. And it was random because, I posted a picture, one of my Brussels pictures, and she's like,
enjoyment.
she's learning again. I'm like, no, please. So we were now just talking, and, we never get to talk like that. And she was like, we're talking about, having a second one, blah, blah. She now told me she had a miscarriage before the second one. And I was like, you know what? It's so common.
It's more common than we even think.
It is so common. So
so
I would have been
common.
looking at her thinking, beautiful, 2 kids. She's like, that she had a miscarriage, and after a few months, she,
luckily was able to have another. Again. Thank God.
For me, I feel like those are the areas where I feel like sharing might help.
Yes. I 100% agree with you. And I think the key thing you said there was your community.
Yes.
And it's not for the wider world.
No.
Right?
No.
Some people will probably not agree with our point. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's individual.
It's individual. But there's someone who, God forgive, I don't know if I should say it, but she's... shout out to her, Kumbi. She does this perfect. She's somebody that shared her journey right from the... And to be honest, if she did not, I'm not going to lie to you, I would have no clue.
I didn't know what endometriosis was.
I did not have it.
The only other person I had heard about it from was Milen, one model like this. I don't know. I started following her randomly, and I know she used to document her endometriosis journey. I never even knew that it affected conception. I just thought it was.
I didn't know that it was a thing.
Exactly. Periods. Blah blah, and then now having like people close to me also saying, and then you start understanding like that's why I feel like
so you now have to ask yourself, where is the fine line? Because she has created a platform for people to be able to say, I'm going through this, and then she has gone through her process. She has some tips to share, and I feel like what you just said is actually making a lot of sense, in that once you have a trusted trusted community, you're good. Because luckily for me, I mean, hey, COVID was bad all rounds. It helps, to be honest, I'm not going to lie, it helps some marriages.
Helped or didn't help?
Helped. I know some people. It helped their marriage because they were forced to stay in the same house together. Let's not even get into that.
People don't want to talk about that. Like, you crazy. Why you eat like that? Oh my God. I won't lie. For a while I was like, you normally eat like this all the time.
And because you're not seeing them 24/7.
What? Why do you put your bread like that? What's going on here? But then you realize that, come on, I don't really see you eat breakfast, that kind of thing. Anyway.
But you see now, I gave you more insight into your husband. You see now. So he actually helped you somehow.
That's true.
Do you get? Well, for me, I had... Okay, so my sister was pregnant with me earlier. Then she gave
Okay.
birth. And then my best friend was also pregnant around the same time. And then I had another buddy as well. So luckily for me, I had people that I could, reference with and talk to. And we gave birth around the same time. So I was like, did you go through this? What did you do? What did you do? So I understand what you mean, but it has to be a trusted community. I think I spoke about this last week. Your support system is key.
Yeah.
It is key. But you have to trust these people, because pregnancy, like you were saying, is not beans and dodo. And I think it's so interesting that you're saying about forgetting things. And now almost 2 years in, she's going to be 2 in November, and you are so right. If I did not document, video, my journal, there are lots of things that if I didn't go back and look at pictures, even to the way they look, you forget. If I didn't go back and actually look back, I was like, oh, that's true. When my nipples used to do like this.
Girl! I don't mean to be graphic, but I pulled out a piece of my nipple when I started breastfeeding. Girl, I was like,
please
this
be
is
graphic,
hell.
because it is real. It is real.
Hell. I remember saying to myself, this is hell. Like, I'm going through hell. Like, nah. I was seeing blood. I say, oh, what's going on?
It's real.
It's crazy.
And I appreciate that level of
actually
people
crazy.
need to understand, like, and this is why I keep saying that sometimes even our husbands, you people need to understand that what our bodies are going through, I always describe it as a mystery. It's only a mystery. It is divine. Nobody can you can't even, how can you be pulling out a piece of your body? Like, do you understand what that means?
It's mad.
Your body is going through so many different things. And even going back to this same subject, now imagine somebody now airing out your secret. That's the one I hate the most. If I hear something about somebody, like in terms of pregnancy, perchance it stays with me.
Course.
And this is me being 100. It stays because you don't know the mental that person is going through. You don't know the physical, the trauma that person is going through. It's a lot. So I tell people, see, pregnancy is not beans and dodo. When I saw that your post, I was like, this is a very interesting topic. And I think that a lot of it might also be rooted in fear as well.
True.
Fear. Because
it can be very debilitating.
Yes. And even from a God point of view, spiritual point of view, why are you even scared? Why are you scared of people knowing, if you truly believe that he's with you? He's the one that put that child in you. Don't get it twisted. He's the one that put it there. I know some people, they will try, everything is working, nothing is going down. But when he's ready, that child will enter. And there's nobody can tell me otherwise. That's my own belief. So if you truly believe that he's with you on this journey, why are we scared of the village people? Let them monitor. I think I posted something on my story 2 days, was it yesterday or something? Monitor me, Monday, look very well, nothing's going to happen. Just what I'm saying, having that conviction, having that confidence is enough to even scare them away.
Exactly.
So why do we have this fear of letting people know what is going on? And I think you're right about not social media, but just in general. What was instilled in our parents' generation, that the minute anything is happening,
you know what, quiet. I asked my mom this exact question. I was like, so if around my pregnancy and postpartum, my mom and I had a lot of very deep, real, sometimes borderline arguments, conversations, because I was like, what this notion of don't tell anyone, keep it a secret. If you're really trusting God and you know that God has you, God has your back, you are a child of God, why are you so scared? What are you so scared of? And she was like, and to be honest, I took her answer. She said, God is real, but so is the devil. I said,
that one today.
But then I was like, you know what? Fair enough. And I left it there, because I feel like, yes and no, right? Because for me, the devil is real, but God trumps the devil. So the devil can try his best.
And he will try.
And his arrows will just be falling like this.
That's by the grace.
And that's the end. That's the end of it. Like, I know who has my back. I know who has me. But I think you're right in that it's fear. A lot of people are just afraid. Because honestly, having being pregnant and then losing it, there's a certain, and like I said, I can only imagine, and I hope to only ever imagine.
I hope
a certain here. I don't even know what word to use to describe it. I've seen people go through it. It is it's horrible. is horrible. Like, think about just, someone
I
described
don't
it
want
as
to think about it.
someone described it as the loss of a promise. Because when you're pregnant, it's like, it's a promise. Like, in 9 months' time, I'll give you this beautiful thing. And then, somewhere down the line, something happens. And it's just like, it's horrible. It's horrible. So I honestly feel like people should do what is best for them.
Absolutely.
But I just hope that no one is sitting, wallowing, thinking, oh my God, I'm the only one going through this.
Yeah.
I think, and your community, like you said, is everything.
I think that the conclusion to this really is, I would advise, again, see, like I said at the beginning, who am I? I'm just here. We're just talking from our own perspective. And I think that I'm even leaning more towards what you're saying, because for me, I was like, if I announce myself, if you see me in public. But I do think, and please hear me well, trusted community, go and pray about these people.
Yeah.
When my friend, I won't mention your name, but you know who you are, she was like, Yele, oh my God, when did you tell people? When I said, the spirit within me lets me know when to tell. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I'm speaking to a friend, it doesn't have to be that I'm in my room. Hey, it doesn't have to be that.
Let the spirit guide you.
Let the spirit guide me. I would literally say a quick prayer. Lord, I feel a conviction. I felt it in that moment, and I told a friend. I announced it to this person. And I said, God, season my lips in that moment. Let it flow. And whatever they receive from it, let it be joy, let it be, if it's that even that person is hoping for a child.
Exactly. Let them cling on to that hope. Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when she asked me, I said, see, you have
there's no time.
There's no time. There's no like, oh, this is how it's done. No. Go and pray. Let the spirit work within you. And then okay, I can now tell Tokwe. Oh, I can tell Lanre. But make sure that you go and consult with the person that sees everything. Because it's not as if that Lanre wishes you bad. It might be that he's on the phone and somebody around you. See, when it comes to God, I've told myself, I'm not going to start thinking for him again. You cannot think about what if, when, how. But go and consult first before you now let out such important information.
Or even what it will do to the person receiving the news. Because the truth is, like, we talk about jealousy and these negative feelings about, and hear me, we talk about it. I feel like I don't want to say jealousy as a bad rep. I think it's a normal emotion. We've spoken about this on my podcast before. I think jealousy is a normal emotion, but I think it's what you do with it that counts, right? Because we talk about it like, don't be jealous, that's it. But it's the same way you can feel something and suppress it and think, you know what? No, I'm happy for my friend. I wish it was me.
Yes.
But I'm happy for her.
Yes.
And you can overcome it, right?
That's you changing
your heart. Exactly. So I feel like the feeling of jealousy comes and
you are the one that has to
intentionally change it. Exactly. Because I feel like feelings, while we think we have control over them, no, we have control over what we do with them. That's the truth about it. So I feel like also the conviction has to come because it has to be right for you and them. Because if someone has just bled out, for example, God forbid, and you announce to them that you're pregnant, you don't know what it's going to do to them.
That is why
you have to honestly you have to be very prayerful while you're trying to conceive, while you're pregnant. When I had this child, I was like, I see now why my mother is she'll be telling you my knees are chafed. I'm praying, my rosaries.
But can you blame her?
I don't blame her.
Yeah, can you imagine
every
what she would have been doing
every
when you were
second.
pregnant?
See.
Her first grandchild. See my body. Yeah.
See.
Her first grandchild. Imagine what she would have been doing.
The one that you see, the one you don't see. When I went into labor, when I went into the hospital, let's not say labor, because I was induced. I was in the hospital for 3 days.
Then you're in labor.
This woman was like...
Oh, you were there for 3 days?
3 days. I went in on Thursday.
Basically,
like Easter. I went in on Thursday and came out on Sunday. So,
wow.
I can only imagine what she was going through in those times. Like, in that 3 days. I can only imagine, because when I was going, I was like, "Kilo share woman, you gonna relax." Once I had
She
the
has
baby,
been to that journey.
once I had the baby, and I saw, like,
You saw.
once you see your face in someone's face, you're like, "Oh, mo, I would do anything."
I know.
Anything. Like, I will never forget when I had COVID while I was pregnant. And I was like 12 weeks, so I was freaking out.
Sorry. And this is the like period where
12 weeks is the mark. Like, okay, are you okay? I was freaking out.
This mysterious disease.
At this point, exactly, because this was June. Oh no, what am I saying? This was June. This was maybe October, November time. And 2020.
And that's even then flu season as well.
My sister, I said, if I need to swim inside this river, so that because I had a temperature, and obviously I didn't know what the temperature would do. I said, if I have to swim inside river,
just to get my body,
anything I have to do, because at that point you're a vessel, and for me it was like anything I have to do. Like, give up all the givables, like anything they say I should do, I will do it. At that point. So I can now imagine why moms and parents are so.
No, okay.
I can die for you.
You also answered another question. I can see why they've always kept it.
Yes,
a secret.
I can see.
Yeah.
Because the truth is,
we've also answered that. Too.
Yeah.
But we can also see why they are like.
Yeah. So you can see from all perspectives. You can definitely. So it just really depends on the individual. And for me, I think, as we understand things more, we should be able to hopefully, like you said, trusted, but be there for each other more.
Yes.
Yes. But I can understand someone I know, I have like too many heartbreaking stories. She had the baby had a condition, the baby passed.
Hey. For me, I'm not going to lie.
The person was saying,
like that's even
exactly, because you've already had the baby. She's pregnant again. She's not telling
She's pregnant again. She's pregnant right now.
Yeah. She's not telling anybody.
Let me just say this right now. But I'm feeling it. God, that child will make it complete.
Amen.
That child will live to fulfill purpose.
Amen.
End of story.
Amen.
I just got the feeling.
The feel. It's not me. I don't even know the person like that. But the feeling I feel. So it's just like, I can understand why I just want to sleep and wake up. And know that a new day has passed. Like, maybe until the child is like 5, should now be like, hey, I had a child 5 years ago. Just be aware. I can imagine. I can understand. I can fully understand, because it's not easy.
You said something about jealousy being a normal emotion, and it's about what you do with it. And I think that is very key. I'm going back, because you just said something about how, imagine if a woman at that point is even going through a miscarriage, she's bleeding out. Now I question, what are you going to do in that moment? Go and consult with God, but God can even say you should still tell that person.
True.
Why? But what does that person do with it? Father, as my friend is pregnant, even as I am going through this, but your spirit has to be, you need to be.
Yeah.
You need to be, and say, I use this as a point of
receive it.
So you're so right. It depends what you do with that information and what you do with your emotion at that point in time. That is deep, because I can even say for myself, I'm not going to lie to you. I might be at that point and be like, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah.
What is this?
But you don't know, maybe God is wanting her to tell you that at that point.
Right.
So
sensitivity, discernment.
No, discernment.
Open your ears.
Is very, very, very important. Like, being in tune is very important.
Oh no. So I think what will be our conclusion? The secrecy of pregnancy.
To each his own.
Do as you
wish.
But I would
be led.
Yes, I would strongly advise a small community, and it doesn't have to be strangers, people that you can trust, that can pray with you, that can intercede for you, that can direct you. And funny enough, this is even going back to my previous episode about what did you, like my sisters, I have 3 of them, so I was covered. I was saying then that I was covered on all sides.
Are you the last?
No, I'm the second.
Okay.
Do you get? So I had the youngest one, the last born. She was the more of the emotional, because I told you I was crying at Sunday school.
The emotional support.
So she's the one that will like, it's okay. These last borns, so that they can be very, and then the one right after me,
very
she's
loving.
She's like, it's okay. She's very like, but when it's time to pray, that one she'll cover you. And then obviously my older sister, she has been through it. She has one and she has twins. So she was the one of, I was like, okay, just do this, do this, do this. Why are you fretting? Well, because you're cramping. It's normal. This one, that one. So I was lucky, not lucky, I say blessed to already have them within my, literally
In your family,
my family. But then there's also something about having a friend or somebody that you can relate with that is going through that same thing with you at the same time. I tell you, I keep saying this, my best friend, Faye, yeah, I can tell you that this was probably something that we manifested, because we always used to say, no, must pregnant at the same time, must get married, and we did.
And you did, yeah.
Married at the same time, must everything at the same time. So and we both have girls and everything. So it's like,
oh, bless.
Can you imagine that? So we literally manifested this. We're literally pregnant at the same time, obviously a few months apart, but still at the same time. So we're able to just it was a beautiful experience
yeah.
to have somebody that you can trust. I can tell her, mommy, like you said, something's coming out from my bum, something's coming out from my ear. See, it's possible, people. It's for anything.
And you get to know your body very intimately.
Oh, and another thing I just realized is that I'm just open now. I don't send though.
If
I go to doctor's office, I'm not shy. I just remove everything.
When you go for cervical screen, they'll give you the little thing you cover. And so I'll cover you. Now come and open me like this.
I'm so open now. I'm so open.
Even breastfeeding. I dare anybody to come and tell me anything. As long as I'm not public indecent exposure.
Of course now.
It's okay.
We are still.
And I think I was kind of like, I went to boarding school as well. So it's like,
but school in Niger.
Yeah.
You try.
Oh, what's the big deal? You need to bath outside. Not outside, but
No.
In a community.
I'm still a little posh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't go to body school in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
No. I know I can be very rash.
For those of us that did, when you enter the bathroom and you just see naked, you'll be alright.
No.
I think that, yeah. So, yeah.
No, guys, but honestly, this is, and I'm sure a lot of people can actually relate to this topic, like, should I not? So the key things here, go on. If you're a believer, to be honest, if you're not a believer, go and give your life to God. But I'm not judging, but go and consult before you open yourself up. Have a trusted community. I keep saying this thing, trusted community of people. That's for me. That's it too.
Yeah.
That's it. And follow your motherly instincts. It is divine. I believe that once God has placed that child in you, there's a button in heaven.
It actually does.
Operation room. Press that thing.
It starts on day one.
It starts from that day.
It does.
So, I don't know. Do you have any other tips? Any other thing you want to share with our people? Because pull up your chairs, come now. They want to come and overtake and have the floor. I'm just joking.
Yeah, just share.
She's just sharing.
No. I think and to be honest, I feel like your opinion, your feelings might change depending on, like, you might think now that when I'm pregnant, and then when you get pregnant, depending on the circumstances around it, you now feel differently. So I think there's no right or wrong. There's no hard and fast. And I think let's not judge either way. Like, if you're one that once you get pregnant, you tell everybody, that's cool. And if you're not, let's not judge them.
True.
And if you're on the other side as well, just don't judge them. Be happy for people. And I think, it's the energy we give to people that they will receive, right? Because if people are sharing and you're like, why are you sharing? Keep this a secret. It's going to down their spirits, So
True.
If someone shares...
And that's major.
Exactly. If someone shares, be happy for them. Because I see on Instagram, people post about their pregnancy and they're like, this should be a secret. Why are you sharing?
It doesn't have to be a secret.
Let them do them, And then, or when, God forbid it happens that people are pregnant, they announce and then they lose the baby. It's like, hey, you shouldn't have shared. That's just, let's not do that, Let's not do that. When people are like, at all times, people need positive energy.
Exactly.
Especially when they're pregnant.
Isn't this why it's good? See, I knew that I had to address this topic, and I knew that I was happy that you are somebody who you are literally going through this whole motherhood and everything. I mean, relatively around the same time. So I just knew that this would be a great fit. I just knew it, and I think you're so right. Before now, we have to so there's people. There's room for everybody. Stop it. There's room for everybody. I keep saying that. I will continue to say it. There's room for everybody. There's room for everybody. Please encourage the more of this. Don't just say it's my own mind space. It does not work like that. Anyway, I digress. But I was just trying to say that, yeah, no, I really enjoyed this subject, and I think I also agree with you in that. Support people, but it's the energy that you give out as well
them.
that is very, very, very important. Even when you see somebody that you know and you see that they are pregnant and they've announced when you wouldn't have, you just send your own prayer. What you wish for yourself in that moment
is what you should give
send
to
it
them.
out to them as well, and you will see it manifest by His grace.
Amen.
Keep saying that. So
Amen.
yeah, guys, oh my gosh, on that note, please clap for our guest. And don't forget, please go and patronize. I say patronize. You see a product. No, go and listen to Pull Up Your Chair.
Please
Encourage them, support them, follow them. We are all in this elite crew. I keep telling people we're all
in the, how can we all be in the elite crew?
No. This our podcast.
Okay.
I'm embarrassing me. We buy now.
Just be annoyed.
But yes, guys, please follow them on Instagram. What's your handle now?
Pull up your chair @pull up your chair _ Don't ask about the underscore.
Why do these people do this to us? Even me to me, no, I have the floor _ Why?
The truth is, we had Pull Up Your Chair, but then it got, I don't know what happened to it. Instagram is messing up.
Instagram,
so they locked us out, so we had to create a new one. And then when we now deleted the old one, they wouldn't let us have the name back, which is just like, but it's Nami get time, give it back to me. So that, yeah, we just had to put the underscore.
Don't worry, our underscore.
So
when I do, I say I have the floor _.
So yeah,
right, guys,
Pull Up Your Chair _ yeah.
So yeah, guys, follow, listen, do everything that you do for me, do for us.
Thank you.
All right, guys, mwah, love ya, and as always, I have the floor. You only have the floor for a small moment. It's finished now.
Small.
Yes, it's over now. Sheila, go and pull up your chair.
Take my chair with me.
All right, guys. Speak to you guys soon. Bye.
That was fun.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
It's still recording.